just say welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad that you are here for this Metatron Cube Attunement for this month. And we are going to be working on today is removing blocks for energetic flow. And I am feeling it. I can feel like we're gonna have a lot of energy moving. Like I had so much come up this morning and I was like, oh, this is great. This means that we're gonna have a ton of energy coming through because, I feel like it's clearing out the channel so that it can come through. So I can feel like what is coming through is very powerful. So I'm going to start this a little bit different than I normally do. Is actually going to talk about I'll talk about me and the Interstellar Earth Alliance, and then I actually wanted to talk about like the next steps of some offerings that are coming on before we start our experience. I usually leave that to the end, but I would like to talk about it up front so that we can have our experience. And for those who are on the call and joining us live, we'll have about an hour of the experience, and then we'll have about 20 to 30 minutes to just deep dive and share our personal experiences and beginning to create some community. And for those who are watching us live, you will receive, or sorry, for those who are watching the recording, will receive the attunement. So let's just dive on in. So let's just take 3 collective breaths together as we inhale and we exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And we'll inhale and exhale. And we come together today knowing that we are in a circle, in a container of safety. We sit together all around the world in equality in this space of the circle. And we call on our highest selves. We call on that which is in our highest good, aligning us to the highest timeline. And knowing that each person here and who watches this will receive every single thing that they need from this attunement today. And we call on the healing, the transformation, and knowing that the change and the transformation that happens with these attunements is from source, it's from our guides, and it's from the sacred technology of the Metatron Cube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. So it is. So welcome in, everyone. My name is Alara Kent, and I will be your guide today for the Metatron Cube Attunements. I am joining you from Southern Oregon. I'm about an hour and 20 minutes north of Mount Shasta, and this is just really sacred land. So I'm very grateful that I get to transmit this technology to you today on this sacred land. I'm actually going to go into the Interstellar Earth Alliance, and then I'll go into how I help support that. So this energy and this technology is held within a sacred space called the Interstellar Earth Alliance. We are officially a nonprofit, and we are in the process of getting the 501c3, just created the first founding board. And so I'm really excited about that. And so we are a nonprofit embassy and education center. And really our deepest intention, and we're still building this out, but our deepest intention is to create a space where we connect with our interstellar family and our friends. And not only do we prepare for physical first contact, but also integrating the human society with the different starseed societies and being able to step into our collective evolution into our intergalactic family. And so these Metatron cubes and these Metatron cube attunements kind of fit and support this work because we are in a space of raising our vibration, of raising our frequency, of getting our bodies and our minds and our energy systems prepared to hold more light, to be more multi-dimensional. And so these cube attunements help to support that process. And so my role is at this point is I'm director and president of the Interstellar Earth Alliance. I received the blueprints for this embassy, gosh, I think it's been 11 years ago in Crestone, Colorado, and started to really build it the last 2 years, year and a half. And we're at the very beginning stages of it. So we're so glad that you are here. So let's just go ahead and jump in. And so I wanted to share three important things before we get going onto our attunement so that we can just jump into the experience. So the first thing is this attunement and next month will be the last in this series. I've been offering these Metatron Cube attunements probably over 2 years. And my focus is really being guided to build and focus on building the nonprofit and the alliance. And so we're going to come together as a board and really come together on what it wants to look like moving forward. And so this month and next month, you'll receive the attunements. And then in September, we're having a Metatron Cube self-attunement training course so that you can learn to give yourself these attunements. And that starts September 12th. And we do still have spots available to that. So if you love this technology and know that this monthly series will be coming to an end, it doesn't mean that you're not ever going to be able to receive the Metatron Cube attunements. Yeah, I can definitely. So the cost of the course is $1,111, and I have payment arrangements available, and it is a 12-week course. And I don't know if you have that, but I will add in the link. If you just go to interstellarearthalliance.org and go to attunement training, it is on there. And so we are looking really excited. That's all virtual, and you're going to be able to learn 5 different self attunements. And be able to learn how to access this technology yourself and be able to give yourself attunement. So it's really about not just waiting for Alara to offer it, it's about whenever you want to be able to access the technology and whenever you want to be able to give yourself an attunement. So it's really a path to empowerment so that you can be able to access this at any time. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and I can put that in the link real quick. If you give me just one moment. Okay, attunement training. I will add that to the link real quick. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Okay, so that is the first one. I'm super excited about that. Second thing is we're just coming up on an eclipse portal series. So August 14th, we're having an eclipse, and then 2 weeks later, we're having another eclipse, a really powerful and potent time. And I'm offering with the Pleiadians an eclipse activation series. It's 3 classes, and if you can't join us live, no problem. I'll send you the recording. That's on the website as well. If you just go to interstellarearthalliance.org on the front page, and then you will see that right there for that. So I'm really excited about that. That's $44 for 3 activations for the Eclipse series. And then the final announcement is I'm launching a small intimate retreat to Mount Shasta in July of next year. I have I only have 7 spaces available. There's going to be I would love to have like an annual retreat to Mount Shasta for the Interstellar Earth Alliance. So this one is the first one, and we're in this amazing house at the base of Mount Shasta by the sacred headwaters. And this retreat is a women's only just due to we're in a house and sharing rooms, and and just how that is. But so I'm really, really excited about that. Again, it's a very intimate, small experience, only 7 spaces available. So again, that's on the website. You just go to interstellar.earthalliance.org. And I'm really excited about that. We're going to be going to 7 to 8 sacred vortex sites. We're going to be doing and it is a galactic activating retreat for women. So check that out. If that calls to you, if that resonates with you, I would love to have you there. All right, so those are the 3 exciting announcements. And so let's go ahead and get into our experience today. So let's go ahead and just kind of shake our bodies, just kind of shake out your hands and rolling the shoulders. And just being in a space of receiving, as I'm just going to read about what today's Metatron Cube Attunement is. So our Metatron Cube Attunement today is going to focus on removing blocks for energetic flow and will be guided by Archangel Metatron and Saint Germain. So we're going to really be deeply working with the Violet Flame today. We're working with a brand new cube called the Violet Flame Ascension Cube. And this is a sacred geometric frequency, again, that we haven't used in our cube attunements before. So the Violet Flame helps with transmutation, liberation, and spiritual transformation. And again, this is also a really strong connection to Mount Shasta and Saint Germain, the Violet Flame. And we're going to be combining that with the Metatron Cube. And so we work with the sacred geometry of the Metatron Cube. And Spirit then fills that Metatron Cube with a certain frequency or a certain energy that the group needs. And then this journey is guided to have you connect with that Metatron Cube. Now, we offer installations, which is a completely different offering. This is an attunement, so nothing is getting installed today. You are getting connected with the technology, you're getting connected with the Violet Flame and the Metatron Cube, and the journey that you will be guided through will help to give you an experience to move the energy. So this cube works deeply within the energetic body, and it will help dissolve karmic imprints, energetic blockages, stagnant patterns, and old frequencies that may no longer be serving you on your highest path. As these layers are released, the cube's going to support the restoration of the energetic flow through your system. So this isn't just like clearing and done. This is clearing and then refilling. Because this attunement does work at such a deep level, I highly recommend allowing yourself at least 24 hours of intentional self-care after the session. Please make sure you drink plenty of water, rest as much as you can, spend time in nature, and just allow your body the space it needs to integrate after this clearing and refilling process. Again, this is not just simply a clearing, it's also an invitation to create more room within yourself for your own divine light, wisdom, and full source to fully flow. Which is, I think, is why I was really feeling it this morning. I think this is a big one, and each of you are called here to have this beautiful experience. And I don't know if we can see this awesome thing that my husband bought me. So this is a beautiful representation of what the Metatron Cube can look like. It's actually can be used as like a breathing fidget toy as we inhale and exhale. And my husband got it and he's like, this will be great for a visual for the cubes. And I was like, yeah. So this is not exactly what a Metatron Cube looks like, but I wanted to show you, like when we see the Metatron Cube, it's kind of have it behind me here. There we go. That's it in its 2D form. And when we work with it here, we work with it in its 3-dimensional form. So this just gives you like a visual of sometimes the cubes are smaller and they'll move through the body and open in certain places. And then sometimes it comes down fully open and you can visualize yourself being inside of that sacred structure. So I just wanted to give you visual, which I totally love this, because this is totally how I see it. But you can see that it's this is its 3D form. So it's very multi-dimensional in its state and its energy. Woohoo! Thanks for visuals. All right. I am not going to play music because sometimes people don't hear me as well. So I'm going to share with you a playlist that I love, and it's called my Metatron Cube playlist. And you can play this in the background for you. Copy link. And this is through Spotify. So just be mindful if you don't like, it might have commercials. But I want to give this to you. So if you would like to play some music in the background, that's just one I created for this. All right, I'm going to take a drink and then we'll get started. All right, before we begin, make sure your technology is on silent so that you don't get any notifications. I'm going to make sure that too. Mine already is. You may lay down or sit up for this journey and experience. Just please make sure that your mic is on mute. Everybody's is, which is great. So as I guide you through this journey, I will guide you in a way that is very visual, but I know that not everybody's brain works that way. So some people may start the journey and then completely leave and come back. So however you see, sense, feel, or hear, or know this experience, know that that's perfect. That how I guide you might not be at all how you experience this attunement. So just know I will be using visuals, I will be using prompts, and know that you're going to receive exactly what you need to receive, no matter how you receive it. All right. So beginning to close your eyes. Softening the body, the mind. Sometimes that helps if you squeeze the full body and then you exhale and release. You can do that a few times. Just kind of squeeze the body, tense up the muscles, and as you exhale, soften. Softening the jaw, allowing the eyes to gently relax and sink into the back of the head. The shoulders drop, the belly relaxes. The breaths are deep and still. So I like to begin each of our journeys as to go into the Interstellar Earth Alliance. Right now it's in its energetic form in a higher frequency space. And it's in that higher frequency space that helps us to receive the energy and then anchor it and ground it into the body. So see, sense, or feel, or imagine that you are in this beautiful space outside, and in front of you is a blue door with a gold handle. So when you're ready, just go ahead and open that door, but don't walk through yet. And on the other side is a guide. And this is your guide and your key to the Interstellar Earth Alliance, like an embassy to the stars. And as you take a deep breath, your guide invites you to walk through the threshold of the door. And there will be a path in front of you. And this path, just gently walk this path, and it's going to manifest and look different for each person. And your guide is going to bring you down the sacred path, which leads you to the gateway of the Interstellar Earth Alliance. Now, as you walk down the gateway, or sorry, as you walk down the path to the gateway, your energy begins to shift. A frequency change is happening. And you find yourself in front of that gateway or threshold. And just look at, see, sense, or feel like what is there in front of you? How does it look? How does it make you feel? And knowing that your guide and this gateway is kind of shifting your energy and getting it ready and prepared to enter the embassy. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Opening up your heart space, your high heart. You can gently place your hand there, just visualize. Feeling that connection point of your heart to the embassy. Breathing up and down the spine. And the gateway and the threshold opens. You're invited to walk through into the embassy. And welcome here, welcome home, welcome to the sacred space. And every time I come in, it looks a little bit different because I feel like it's in this space of growing and construction. Like it's there, but it's continually expanding and evolving. And you have your guide with you at all times when you're in the embassy, and they guide you to everywhere they need to go. So just as you just walk in, just feel the energy, feel, see, or sense what it feels like to be in this space. You can just visualize that in the see, sense, or feel that in the middle of this beautiful entryway that we're in, that there are pillows set up in a circle on the floor. Go ahead and find one of those to sit on, and we're all going to be together in this circling container. So just find your space as we all sit next to each other energetically in the embassy. So when the embassy was being, it already existed on the higher level. So manifesting and anchoring it here. One anchoring point of this part of it was in Mount Ashland, and the other one was in Mount Shasta. And between them, it created a spinal column. And this energy was just flowing back and forth. And this chakra system was shown to me that it was like this living, breathing energy and consciousness. So as you're sitting here, just begin to feel the energy running through the embassy. And just connecting with that frequency and that energy. And now I see Saint Germain, and he's making his way to the center of our circle together. And Archangel Metatron is standing outside the circle. So we're going to have a cube and a cube. So Saint Germain is showing me a cube filled with the violet flame. And then around us, Archangel Metatron surrounds our group in a crystalline, it's like a crystalline high frequency cube, helping to reflect the facets of our truest selves back to us, and that which is in our highest vibration and frequency and expression. So Saint Germain moves in front of each of you with the Metatron cube of the violet flame and holds it in front of your hearts, in front of your heart space. And he blows into the cube and the flame begins to enter into the heart space. Connection and contact deeply begins in our multidimensional heart space. That is the guiding point that is supported by the brain. You support each other. Just breathing in and expanding the chest, expanding the heart space, and allowing this violet flame beginning to really melt away and transmute anything in the heart space that is ready to be released, any veils, any blocks, any karmic patterns or past actions that might have been out of alignment, actions done from others, collective trauma you might be holding in the heart space. Allowing it to move all the way into the back of the body, not just the front, all the way in the back, your entire back behind your shoulders, your spine. Taking deep breaths here. The cube is floating in front of the heart space, and Germain places his hands on your shoulders. Helping to clear. I'm hearing trauma or misdeeds, or actions that were done right through the arms, through the shoulders, clearing into the skin, clearing from the skin, clearing from the cellular memory. Also feeling like someone has your back. Soften the shoulders, relax them down. Seeing him move one hand down the back, so to the back of the heart space. I'm hearing like a clearing and opening, maybe even like a popping happening in the back. Now we're going to move the going to be another cube, Violet Flame Cube. So there's one staying in front of the body, and there's going to be another one that's going down the spine, still on the outside of the body. This cube is not going inside the body. So this is on the outside. So this other one is moving down the spinal column, down your back. Our spines hold so much energy and frequency, not just of like this lifetime, but also of so many lifetimes. And it also holds so much multi-dimensional wisdom. So what I feel happening now is like the clearing of like old timelines, right? That these older timelines or corrupted timelines can like no longer manifest in your reality, your existence. Just clearing that up and down the spine. Like an unweaving of the old structures. I'm going to focus it around the solar plexus. Wherever you've given your power away, calling that back, calling back your power, your energy, your essence, knowing that it's safe to use your power in your life force to uplift yourself, uplift humanity, that it's needed right now. Using our power centers for upliftment, alignment to the higher timelines. Removing anything in the way of calling back those higher, calling back your energy, anything that we got into the space, you put your energy away and it got filled with something else. So we're just going to allow Germain and the violet flame to clear anything that is not yours. Good. Now we're going down to the base of the spine. So this is releasing connection to the old timelines on the earth. And reconnecting to the newer and higher timelines available on earth. Bringing your awareness and consciously breathing through the base of the spine, the base of the body, into the perineum, to the genitals and the anus, really feeling that base of the body, allowing and feeling that violet flame filling the lower pelvic bowl. And also expanding the pelvic bowl space, right? Like anywhere that that space was filled with other people's shit, just clearing that out. Like it's not a storage unit for like other people's stuff or a garage filled with things. It is an open divine space for your body, for your soul, for your energy. So just allowing that violet flame energy to move into the pelvic bowl, that base of the body. To align to like timelines of like safety and upliftment. and love and embodiment and joy. Embodiment and peace. Moving that violet flame down the legs, opening and moving down the legs, all the way through the feet and the soles of the feet. Burning away all that needs to be released. Releasing those just old threads of reality here that doesn't serve in your highest good and evolution for yourself and for humanity. So now we're going to move the Violet Flame Cube up to behind the head. So there's this space at the base of the skull, and this is called the mouth of God. And they call this our channeling center, and this is actually connected to our third eye. So if it feels good for you, you can maybe gently feel the base of the skull or just visualize it. And so the Violet Flame Cube is going to resonate and be right there at the back of the mouth of God. And it's just going to begin to bring those violet flames and transmuting energy in through the mouth of God. Clearing out your channeling center. Anywhere where there was corruption or disruption or anything that just is not serving you. Anything that was created from outside influences just cleared. If you could just imagine breathing in and out through that back mouth. Opening that channel, opening that space, right? That's where we receive so much life force and energy into the body. Even been told like that's the spark of where our souls enter the body in utero. Now Metatron is going to be radiating that crystalline frequency, the one that's around us, and it's going to begin to radiate. We're going to be connected to that cube, and it's going to begin to fill and open and reflect back like our highest light and energy that we can be, that we are. Right, so we've had all the stuff cleared, and now we're going to begin to get that filling, and not just being filled, but being reflected back, our highest and our truest selves. So we're going to begin that at the base of the spine and at the mouth of God, connecting with that crystalline cube. Receiving the light, the flow of that reflective energy. And I've honestly never felt an energy like this before through one of our cubes. It feels very like clear, crystalline, pure, allowing that to move into the energy system, moving into the mouth of God and the base of the spine, and allowing it to move up and down through the spinal column. Moving out, this energy is now moving out into your nervous system, moving from the spine, continuing to move up and down the spine, overflowing from the spine out into the nervous system, beginning to then connect to your connective tissue, your muscles, and your organs, filling up and feeling the filling of this energy into each of your organs, your heart, your brain, your kidneys, your lungs, liver, gallbladder, just any part of the body moving through the stomach, esophagus, lungs, through the entire digestive tract, to the ovaries or the testicles, the womb space, filling every crevice of the body with this crystalline light and allowing it to sink even deeper, right, into the cells of the mitochondria, down into the DNA, through the blood and the bones. Saint Germain lets us know that the violet flame energy of the attunement is complete as we begin to just breathe in this beautiful crystalline light. This light will also reflect back to us like our highest expression in self, who we truly are, an embodiment of the divinity of New Earth. Metatron is saying to really focus on your heart space now, focusing on the heart space. Placing your hands on your chest if that feels good for you. Connecting with this sacred space. And I'm seeing almost each of us having like a crystalline cube, like an energetic, it's like our own crystalline high heart is coming into form. Something that was always there within us, but is now ready to activate and to form within ourselves. This is not an installation. This is an activating of the crystalline heart space that exists within each of us. Our crystalline heart space into our crystalline DNA. Feeling that reconstruction happening within the energy system and the physical system of the body, right? Because with this crystalline heart, we can, with this crystalline, it's not a heart, sorry, this crystalline geometry, energy, the sacred crystalline space within the heart space. Now that's continuing to turn on and form within you. Continue to keep your hands on your chest. And now they're inviting us to open our arms out wide and to allow that energy in the heart space to expand out down the arms, And they're saying to gently like open and close the arms. So to bring the arms in, exhale and inhale, open. Exhale, bring the arms in. And if this, you can also just visualize this and exhale, open, just doing this a few times. Continue with these deep breaths, expanding that crystalline energy. Now visualize it expanding and opening now over the whole body. Let it just expands with the breath, now encompassing your whole body, your whole field. Now bringing your hands back to your heart space. And feeling yourself, seeing, sensing, or feeling the sacred crystalline energy within and around you. Feel the shift and the change in your body from when you first walked into this space. When you're ready, you may relax your hands down and to just be in this space for a few moments. The space of stillness and quiet, fully feeling the effects from the clearing and the filling. And know that the Metatron Cube is now complete. The Metatron Cube Attunement has completed. We feel this bowing energy from Saint Germain and Metatron as they release the crystalline cube from around us. Saint Germain brings that Violet Flame Cube back within himself. And your guide gently begins to greet you on your seat in the embassy. They invite you to stand up and to feel that brilliance and radiance within you as you stand a little taller, brighter, more embodied with who you are. When you're ready, they guide you to the gateway of the embassy. But before you walk through the threshold, giving your gratitude to the sacred space, to the sacred cubes that helped us today, and the guides that guided us, and the grace and the transformation that was given to each of us today because we said yes and we opened and received. And giving gratitude to yourself for giving yourself this time and this space. And gently walking through the threshold onto that sacred path, feeling your connection to the path. As you take your steps, the guide brings you to the blue door with the gold handle. But before you go, your guide has a message for you. Go ahead and the guide opens the door and begin to step through the threshold of the blue door with the gold handle. The guide stays on the other side and you wave and the door closes, but know that it is not locked. You can come back to the store at any time and your guide will always be on the other side. And so will the Alliance. And when you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes as we come back into this physical space together.